Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Matt Donahue with Mission Financial Planners. What a week last week. Last week was a perfect reminder of how quickly markets can recover or react to things like geopolitical risk. And wow, did they recover. Early in the week, especially Tuesday, markets were really on edge, rising tensions in the Middle East, concerns about energy supply, uncertainty about how far the conflict could spread or go had pushed volatility really high. Investors did what they often do in those moments, and they reacted to headlines. But by the end of the week, the story had changed. Markets didn't just stabilize, they moved higher in a meaningful way. The S&P 500 finished the week up 4.5%. Nasdaq was up nearly 7%, and the Russell 2000 was up over 5%. That's not a defensive market. That's a market that recalibrated and moved forward. So what happened? Well, geopolitical risks haven't disappeared. Oil is still elevated, sitting at about $94 a barrel. Energy prices remain a real concern for consumers and businesses. The situation in key areas like the Strait of Hormuz still matters, and it will continue to matter for the rest of this week. But what changed was perspective. Markets moved from reacting emotionally to evaluating possibilities. And when they did that, they focused on what actually drives long-term returns, which is earnings. Even with everything going on globally, earnings expectations for 2026 have actually been revised higher, not lower. Technology and AI-driven companies continue to lead that growth, and that's helping support the broad market. Here's the key takeaway. You don't get long-term returns without living through short-term volatility. Last week was a perfect example of why staying invested matters. If you made decisions based on fear early in the week, you likely missed the recovery at the end of the week. And that pattern will repeat itself over and over and over again in the markets. Will geopolitical risk go away? No. Energy markets will stay sensitive. Headlines will drive short-term moves. Key economic data coming out this week, like manufacturing activity and housing, are still going to help shape that broader outlook. But none of that changes the core principle, because at Mission Financial Planners, we believe in building strategies that can withstand uncertainty, not reacting to the uncertainty. Diversification, discipline, and long-term focus are what actually drive results, not trying to predict the next headline. So I'll leave you with this for the week. Real good is simple, right? Things like wisdom, self-control, courage, that's all good stuff, right? But all that applies to investing just as much as anything else. Stay disciplined, stay invested, and make decisions based on your strategy, not your emotions. If you want to talk about how this environment impacts your plan, or if you want to talk with us about how we could help you navigate these environments, schedule some time with us. We're here to help you make informed financial decisions.